Good morning. Hi, everyone, or good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about the Neon Pothos. This is a plant. This is a propagation that I've done. I've added three of the 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 cuttings that I took and put it in a pot, and then I'm just waiting for this to um, grow a little bit more. Now I do have a larger, I have several. This is a must for everyone as a first plant. This trails beautifully. This one is super long. And what's wonderful about it is that it has this beautiful yellow, greenish yellow color. Absolutely gorgeous. And you see there's a new um, growth point right here. And to propagate it, it's the easiest thing to propagate. As you can see, there is aerial roots starting right here. These ones are pronounced because I'm not yet ready to commit to moss pole. So I've just been putting this in a cash pole with and twirling it on a pole. And when you do that, look at the size of this leaves. This is my hand. Look at the size of this leaf. This is absolutely gorgeous. So when you do put it on a pole, you do get larger leaves. When you give it enough light, then you get this color. But what I love about this plant and why I think it should be the first plant that anybody gets on their journey is, look at that. You get two different kind of plants in here. When you don't give it it can take low light, it can take high light, it can take artificial light. This plant is not fussy at all. Let me just clean the leaf. All I use is a microfiber cloth to give it a little shine here so it looks good for this close up. Look at this color. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes, so this plant is a very fast grower. Very, very fast. What I've done is I've already done. So I have these little pots everywhere. So I basically take a cutting and then I put it in water. This one is ready for potting. You see there's a small little growth right here. This I can probably pull off. This is rotted. Not the best example, but it's okay. I'm just gonna put it here for now. So I'm just gonna leave this in water for another root points to come. But to create this pot here, I put 4 of these in here. And so this is a plant that if you want to learn how to do water propagation, this is a perfect plant for it. There's a whole bunch of them in water. They're all rooted. They really need to go into the soil, but I'm in a zone 6 I'm in Canada, so it's a zone 6 for us. It's winter, so I'm gonna wait till spring. Plus, I like a root. I really like to look at a root. Look at these roots. Absolutely gorgeous. Normally, these cuttings were getting too big for the propagation station that I had it originally in. So that's why they're in this kind of like this white cup. But normally I would have a bowl and have them all around the edges of the bowl. So it makes like a nice arrangement that I put on my kitchen table. This part here it's in water, so obviously it's not because it needs water. It's the humidity. I have all the heat. It's winter here, so the heaters are on. I do keep glasses of water around in order to help raise the humidity in my unit. I also have 2 humidifier running. but still it's pretty dry. If you feel dry in your own skin, then you know your plants are also going to feel it. So this, like with this branch here, right? It's got all these nodes right here. So if you want a fuller plant, all you have to do is, this plant got watered recently, so it's not going to be able. So do it when your plant is wilted, it's thirsty. That's the best time to manipulate it, because then these branches are limp. So you twist it around. You use, this is just a paper clip that I sort of made it into a, uh, something to stake with. So I would just put it like this and then push it onto the ground so that these things here rest on the ground. That is how you create a fuller pot, because as it gets longer and starts trailing, it kind of gets bald in the middle. So I don't know if you can see, but I have some stake in there. So I just sort of twirl it around and put them back. But you do this when your plant, just before you water the plant, because when the plant is well hydrated, it's gonna snap. I was trying to do that, and I did snap it. And here's a leaf, the poor leaf. It's so pretty, I'm not ready to throw it out. So I'm just gonna keep it until it turns yellow or whatever. Oh, it's just such a pretty leaf. And another thing too is, it, for me, where I live, I find that letting it dry all the way before you water it works well for this plant in my environment. Um, what I do is, this plant is heavy to me right now, so I wouldn't water this for a while. I go around and just lightly lift up the plant. If it's really, really light, then I know I need to water it. If it's droopy, you need to water it. If you don't put it in bright light, you get these beautiful green leaves. The more light you give it, the more neon it becomes. So this brings such a good splash of color in your environment. And the thing is that if you put it in darker spots, then you get a total different looking plant. One that is more green, like right here. And how can you not like this? This part here is caused by, I think there must have been a water splash and I left it on. Another good thing about this plant is it is so forgiving in terms of water. It gets tap water. It's not a diva. I don't have to go buy distilled water to give it, because it's gonna start turning brown or crispy or any of that. This plant is just, uh, let me live my best life. Give me some light, some fertilizer. If I'm still growing, it's still growing. So I do fertilize this year round because it's still growing. And just let me be, and just enjoy me. So this is definitely a high recommendation from me. What else can I say about this plant? It's one of those plants that don't, you could look at it, you could touch it, it's not going to drop leaves, it's not going to give you the side eye and turn brown on you or just drop dead. This is a plant made for people who like to touch their plants. You can touch this, stroke it, doesn't affect it at all. These leaves don't do anything. They're just right there for you to enjoy. This is so, I'm always touching this plant. I'm always touching this plant. So look at this. If you like new growth, because some plants are slow grower, so you don't get an opportunity to really watch, to see a plant grow, this will instant satisfaction from this plant. Any day you come, there's always grow, they're always growing, always growing. So just to recap the care, easy to propagate, just snip it right here at the arrow root, just snip this portion, stick it in a pot of water, and just watch it grow. Then once it's well rooted, you can put as many as you like in soil. The more you put, the more you'll have points for trailing. Um, Otherwise, you couldn't put a whole bunch and have a bushy plant. But here's the thing: when it starts trailing, and you start putting on a top shelf or whatever, one side of it will be against the wall, and the other side will be the one cascading. So it kind of makes sense when you plant it to leave some spots in the back so that what you could backfill it. So as this grows towards, I take some new cuttings and then just make a little hole and stick the new cuttings in here so that you keep rejuvenating your plant with new foliage, so it stays a nice full plant, as opposed to there's some place you see they have a beautiful cascade but the top is bald. So we're not about the bald spot here. So we leave a little space when you plant it. Just leave a little space right here. So then when this comes cascading more down, I'm going to put one in here and two out here. So it'll still look good. And as this grows, I keep refilling the pot. What else? Cleaning. Microfiber rag. Just wipe it. It can take tap water. If you have, it probably would enjoy rainwater, but I can't collect it out here. And plus, it's winter time. Tap water is fine. It's not a diva. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.